Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tap In Podcast. You got your every week host. I'm Champ. We got Tanisha. Say hello, Tanisha.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing tonight?
Great.
I've been so busy. I don't know what's going on in the universe today, but yeah, I'm happy to be here. It was a really nice day today. I always talk about the weather because I be having the winter blues, and it was really nice today. It looks like we might be getting some spring, and I can put my plants outside.
Yeah, we also
Somebody volume.
Somebody volume.
My phone ain't even. Is that your phone, Tanisha?
I had to cut it off. That was my phone.
Our other host that y'all know so well, Osanga.
Peace and love, everyone. How y'all doing?
Great. And I got two guest hosts. I got my main man, RJ, and my home nigga, T.
What's the deal? What's up, everybody?
What up?
Hey, y'all.
So if y'all want to speak, just introduce yourselves.
We always gotta put me first for everything. What's good with everybody? My name T. One of the finest and hottest female MCs in the motherfucking city.
Okay.
Trying to get my name out here. I do parties, I do weddings, I do receptions, I do it all.
You DJ?
No,
Oh,
I
MC,
ain't
you say?
tag. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
MC. I like keeping the vibe going through the party. You know,
Oh.
that's just me. Even though I don't really like people for real. But I ended up being good at it. So you know, I'm tapping more into that. I'm thinking about tapping into the DJing because shit, if I could do both, why not? You go ahead and get
Why
paid for
not?
both. And some
Yeah.
people I just can't. I know I can rock with myself. I can't rock with everybody. I mean, I do it for the money, but I can rock it a lot harder with myself.
That's what make the party.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right,
so
now.
that's all I got going.
Okay.
RJ.
And I'm RJ, just a cool dude. I'm here for the truth, you know what I'm saying? I speak my mind, you know, and I'm unapologetically me, you know.
Shame. All right. Come on with it.
We about to kick it off.
Yes.
The topic today is self-awareness. So what does self-awareness mean to everybody? So I'm going to start off. Self-awareness
There's
to
somebody
me
phone again too. Tanisha.
I swear I cut mine all the way.
is the holder pushing your volume button?
Probably.
No, if it was, it'd be pushing it down.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So self-awareness for me means change. And change starts with yourself. Tanisha, what's your definition of self-awareness?
Well, of course, I would say if I had to sum it up, I would say know thyself, right? I mean, that is my definition of self-awareness, is to know thyself, to be objective and non-biased, right? And then to walk that way is, for me, to be self-aware.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of an academic type question.
Academic
like, I felt like I was on
man.
an interview. Like any other, what's the follow
So
up?
now you politically correct. What's Tanisha's? What's Tanisha's definition?
No, but I really feel that way. That's how I live in regards to self-awareness, and I've always aspired to self-awareness because when you grow up a certain kind of way, and even if it ain't hard, if you think it's hard, that's all that matters. So if you think you're growing up hard and you know that you have to do something different, you always searching yourself to figure out, what can I do more, what can I do better. And so I've always thought of self-awareness as, the first step to progress.
Okay.
What's your definition?
Well, for me, self-awareness pretty much means to be mindful of your emotions, your feelings, and your behaviors. So, like, how are you showing up? What are you feeling? Not disregarding how you feel, but being fully aware, which makes it easier for you to, be able to see potential areas where you may need growth, or where you lack, or where you may be showing up unhealed.
Right.
So, yeah, self-awareness is very key.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much everything. RJ?
Self-awareness, man, it's being true to yourself, man. A lot of people
Yes.
out here living a lie. A lot of people out here capping. You know what I'm saying? Just be cool with yourself, bro. Like,
Yeah.
if you cool with yourself, I mean, you know, everything else gonna fall into place. You know what I'm saying? You get your own energy by how you put it out in the world. So just be yourself.
Shit, I pretty much touched on everything I was going to Like I said, self-awareness.
Put it in your words.
You got to be able to be that one person that's going to be real with you.
Yeah.
And you should be able to notice. Hey, you should be that in tune with yourself to be able to say,
That
hey,
part.
this not right here.
Yeah.
And you need to change that, like y'all said. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be able to look at you. And it's self-awareness to me.
For some people-
is honesty, being honest with
Yes.
yourself, right?
Brutally.
Being observant and honest with yourself.
Self-critique,
Yeah.
right?
And
It's
some
self-critique.
people say that, oh yeah, I'm self-aware, I'm self-observant, but they not really, they don't really hold themselves accountable for their ratchetness, right, or their
Yeah.
toxicity.
Yeah.
So you're not even honest with yourself enough to really hold
Lying
yourself
to
accountable.
yourself.
You know what I'm saying? So to be self-accountable is to be honestly observant with yourself and honest about what you observe.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like they say, you know, you your biggest critic.
Right. Oh, see.
And your
That's
worst
the kind-
enemy.
That's the conversation we had before y'all came. Yeah, that's the conversation we had.
That's when the delusion
And,
comes in.
and everybody ain't honest critics. We know
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know, you're the biggest liar to yourself. You
Right.
lie to yourself more than you lie to anybody else in this world.
Yeah.
Okay. You feel me? So when I look at self-awareness, it applies to your goals in life. You know what I'm saying? To your quality of life. Your quality of life is based on self-awareness. Are you honest with yourself? Do you take accountability? Do you own up to your shit? Because if you don't, the world is going to treat you the way that you present yourself. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, you got to look in the mirror and be brutally honest with yourself.
Yeah.
You got to stop lying to yourself and be brutally honest with yourself. And being honest with yourself, you identify your flaws, your good points, this and that, right? It's to work on them. Because change is a process, it's not an event. So don't just be discouraged because I told myself I'm going to do this and that. And then tomorrow you fail because you fell victim to temptation. You fell victim to
Yeah,
compulsion.
you gotta be patient.
Yeah,
with
you got to
yourself.
be patient with yourself and then create tools to better yourself and discipline yourself. So like, that's our biggest issue with ourselves is discipline.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Our biggest motivation to discipline is the end goal. But we get so satisfied with momentarily gratification. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know what? This is only going to make me happy for a few minutes. It's only a band-aid to what's going on in
And
my
being
life.
honest about it, right?
And being honest
And
about it.
because I feel like
Yeah.
you know nobody's perfect, and you don't aspire. Nobody in their right mind aspire to be perfect, right? And I feel like,
I aspire to be
But why
perfect.
not?
well, good,
Okay,
good.
okay.
I don't. And I'm
Why
gonna
not?
tell you
Yeah.
how I don't aspire to be perfect, because I can be aware of my weaknesses, but that don't mean and my habits.
Yeah.
That don't mean I'm not gonna engage in them. You know what I mean? And that's why I say I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect because I'm not trying to engage all my vices. Those are my vices, and however I feel about them, however I engage them is what I'm gonna do, and it's what I'm gonna choose to do. But I'm aware it's a choice I'm making. I'm not just drifting. I'm aware it's a choice
And that's-
I'm
and
making.
that's
I'm
perfect for you.
self-aware.
So do
right,
all,
right.
That's
I'm-
my point. So do
perfect for you.
all
And
that
that's-
don't make you perfect to
How did
you?
that make me
Because if
perfect?
you
To
invest
you.
Yeah, when you manage your vices and
Well, perfectly imperfect.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
That's-
There you go.
Perfectly imperfect.
That's why we had these conversations, right?
Right,
Because I always feel like I'm not perfect because of those things, because I do, and a lot of people feel like they're not perfect, so why try? Because they engage their vices more than they might.
But the
should.
idea is to be the
You know
best
what I
version
mean?
of yourself. Like you want to perfect
Why not
yourself. You want to be better, right?
Well, when
we're not perfect as humans, right? But
Right.
the idea is to be the perfect you.
you
Yes.
exactly.
I do
That is what
that.
you
Yeah, I do
do.
that.
So
You know what
now-
I'm saying? All the
Because how can
attributes.
somebody
of-
now? Because the thing about it is, like, the notion is like on the outside looking in, right? You calling yourself perfect. Now the perception is to somebody else for somebody else to see you as perfect, and that's impossible.
Yeah,
Somebody
I
you're
don't-
never
I
know,
don't-
and then, you know what I
I
mean?
don't-
But
Right.
you can feel like you're perfect for yourself. What you do, this
Right,
is the perfect
because
choice for me.
it's for me. It
This
benefits
is-
me.
I put on the perfect
Yeah.
shoe for me to wear today because I didn't
Exactly.
even know I was going to walk 100
Exactly.
miles, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you
That's a
you
good
do what's
analogy.
perfect
You
for
perfect
you.
to you.
You know
That's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
analogy.
That's
Because
it.
remember when we was kids, and the shoe person come out and they come with measurements and
horn.
they'll measure everything this and that, right?
just told his
So they'll
age.
tell you, oh, this is the perfect shoe for you, but you put the shoe in, it don't really fit. Go get another shoe. Now this shoe is perfect for
That's
me.
somebody telling
Despite
you what's
you, what you
perfect.
telling me, this
Like,
is perfect for me, so
and
this is a
and
perfect
that's a
shoe.
perfect analogy for you.
That's
Can't
why
measure
females
me
don't
with
look
your
So this your
ruler stick.
analogy.
Yeah.
It's perfect analogy.
You can't.
You came up with it.
I'm just saying that I'm a reincarnated and bring one back and say,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you can't measure me with your ruler stick.
Exactly.
So look, so
And
this
that
brings
applies
me back to
success.
what we were talking about before the show with self-criticism. Well, not self-criticism, but constructive criticism or
and
critiquing.
Yeah.
You know, if we feel like we perfect, are we open to constructive criticism?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
that's
should.
how you expect to perfect
Because we're going to get
yourself.
more perfect.
But
Okay.
And more perfect.
Absolutely.
And more perfect.
Absolutely.
You know, because I could be 100%, now I'm 110%. Now I'm 120%. You know what I'm saying? Because I received that critique. I received that criticism. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sharpening that knife, and it's getting
Right.
sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. I might not be the sharpest knife in your
Your
drawer,
drawer.
but I'm the
Right.
sharpest knife in
in
my
mine.
drawer.
yeah. So ultimately, though, you have to be open
Yeah.
to receiving
For
the
sure.
criticism.
Absolutely. And
You
don't
know?
take it as an attack.
Yeah,
And don't be
that's the part I
combative.
want to get to.
Because once you become combative, then
gosh.
that person will give you less insight, and then that's less information that you get about yourself that you don't see yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember when we talked, and you guys probably can speak on this. It's just a general idea I had. And y'all like, why do you think like that? I feel like this is where for me, unsolicited advice comes in, right? Like, if you, for me, because if somebody's doing something, I'm not quick to critique a person. Essentially, what I'm saying, I'm not quick to openly criticize the person. But some people feel like, oh, I love you, so I gotta tell you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like that.
Most
I feel
definitely.
like people have to learn, and the game is,
definitely.
you know, you ain't just
It's a
supposed to go
balance.
around
It's
sharing
a
games.
balance.
If I
Nah,
love you, if you gonna fuck with me, you gotta know. If I see
Yeah.
something that's fucked up to me, I know
sure.
it gotta be fucked
Especially
up
if
to
you come
If
into
I'm
me
here,
and-
I'm
I do
in
it
a
to her all
loving
the
way.
time.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be mean, but I love you. So this is why
Yeah.
I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
You feel me?
She be like, twin, I'm about to say this. What do? I be like,
Nigga,
nah,
you may
bro,
not
you
like
can't
it,
say
but
that,
because
bro.
you my best friend, I'ma say it.
Yeah, because I can only be, that soundboard for so long, hearing the same thing until, okay, well, what we gonna do to change it? You
That's
know,
another thing.
like,
I
I
never
can't-
complain on nothing.
yeah.
I don't plan no changing. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna complain about something with you if I ain't gonna help you change
Yeah,
it. Like if you my
absolutely.
friend and I don't like your hair, hey, I got a couple dollars. You know, I'm
That's
that
real.
friend. I'm that
That's
fucking
real,
friend.
right?
I don't like
That's
it.
that
You
part.
need something on that.
That part.
I'm tired of looking at that outfit. Shit, you need something on that. I am definitely
So
that
would
friend.
you say if you were going to offer advice, you should be willing to support that person in such a way
Most
to
definitely. Other than that,
perpetuate
how
the
you gonna complain
change?
about something you can't fix?
Yeah, true.
Or you don't plan on
Yeah.
helping to
True.
fix?
And I
Or at least,
that's a really good
breaking
marker.
it down enough for that person to understand. You know, even if it's not nothing that could be fixed, it could be a personality trait.
Yeah, because maybe they
You
don't
know?
know. Some people really
A lot of
be thinking
people
like,
don't
oh, I look
see.
good. No, you ain't looking too good. That don't look right.
I think this is so good because a lot of us don't, we could see something in a person we don't share, and because we don't really know how to share, we don't know how to critique another person. We don't know how to, and we was talking about this before the show
Right.
when I was talking about me speaking to
When-
somebody.
when
we don't know how to really.
How you critique a person or criticism, you can only speak on experience.
Your own experience.
You know what I'm saying? This worked for me. So if I sit there and gave you 10 points, right, you might only be able to use 4, but I gave you 10. You know what I'm saying? But those 3-4 points was actually effective to you making decisions to better yourself, right? Yeah. And those other 7 or 6 points might come in effect 10 years from now, 11 years from now. It's just like when we was raised, our parents was critiquing us, criticizing us, this and that, and it just wasn't working at that time because we already had our mind made up, which we was on. As we became adults, we done reached back in the motherfucking crates.
Sweater, I was just about to say that shit.
Man.
I was just about to
Like,
say
dog,
That's so
it
good.
was
I found
right.
myself doing a lot
Parenting
of
is a
old
whole
shit.
nother lane.
Man,
Let me tell
man,
you something.
But-
Parenting is a whole nother lane. Dealing with other grown people for me is just like
What?
life is a teacher,
Even-
right? Life
right,
is
right.
a teacher, and let it be the teacher, and
But-
in turn, and that's my self-awareness. But at the same time, it's difficult, and we all, when you self-aware, you come to these points of principle or action, right? Like the principle is to if you love someone, to critique them. That's the principle. But the reality of it is, this motherfucker about to cuss me out. We about to be mad for 3 days. They gonna say I'm lying. They gonna start
they're
an
gonna
argument.
project, yeah.
It's gonna be some
But some-
bullshit.
but
That's
some-
the reality of it. You know what I'm saying?
we can't be sensitive to that because we already know what's going to be the outcome, right?
That is
But
not me at
you
all.
actually planted the seed. So despite all the confrontation and the combativeness, I planted the seed. You vented. You said what you had to say. I said what I had to say. Now it's on you to use what I said. You know what I'm saying? You didn't receive it wrong, but my intentions of giving it to you was 100. So since you don't want to receive it wrong, that's all
That's
I
on
can
you.
do.
You planted your
know what I'm
seed.
saying?
Yeah.
But I planted the seed and gave you my wisdom. Are you going to use it or not? I can't force you to use my wisdom. Just like our
Absolutely.
parents, we can't force you to use our wisdom, but it takes your maturity to kick in to use this wisdom. So when we was young, we didn't have the maturity to use that wisdom. We didn't even know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we was young, we did not know how to open a jar. But then when they sit there and told you, righty loosey, lefty loosey, righty tighty, right? So we were still going back and forth. But when that maturity kicked in, when they said that, oh,
This is what they mean.
you know what I'm saying? Same thing
This
with
my
the
left one, this
stove.
my
Yeah. when you actually
Oh, it
identify,
makes sense and it rhymes. Okay.
right? Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then, like when we become parents, then we start sounding like who? Our parents.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that's
Our
the beauty
parents.
of life, because
You know?
that is beautiful.
Yeah. So then, you grow up, you know what? Nah, I appreciate my parents even more.
All those sayings, like I know what all them
You know what I'm
sayings
saying?
Most
mean.
definitely.
Every
know
time
all
y'all
them
was
sayings
cussing me
mean.
out, the whoopings, the whole nine. You know, my
Everything
mama,
you was saying.
my daddy only got social media. I know my mama probably listening. Like, yeah, I appreciate. I ain't really appreciate the whoopings, but I appreciate.
You know,
it.
it's crazy. Every time I realize I did
understand
something
now.
my
I
mama
didn't
would do,
appreciate the
I
pain, but I appreciate the lesson.
I still
Yeah.
call my mama to this day like I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah.
Got to.
Mama, you was
I get what
right.
you was telling me. I am
I
so
tell my
sorry.
mama,
Yeah.
I know I was a bad kid, and I gave you problem. You wasn't no bad kid and all that. Just that. Okay, you just know only half of the
I
story.
was about to say,
Right. She don't know it all.
you know about.
That's what you know about. You feel me?
I want to talk about an aspect of self-awareness. I also do have some notes, and we're going to get to them.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the aspect of hitting rock bottom, right? Like, not knowing yourself until you hit the wall.
That's when
It's
you know
like-
yourself.
Sometimes that's what it. That's what
You
it
know
takes.
You know yourself.
And
That's
all
what it
the
takes.
people that enable you from hitting that wall, you know,
Yeah.
they delight in your
Yeah.
delusion. essentially.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and there are
Yeah.
people that delight in your delusion. It's like, oh, okay, they delusion as fuck. Yeah, we partying, you buying another bottle kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they are delighting in your delusion that you the boss, you got it, and you can do all this.
Yeah.
It's like,
They,
oh, really?
they boosting your ego. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And that is one of the biggest consequences of not being self-aware is you put your position in to be manipulated and used.
yeah.
And you know, people can tell you somebody you not because you don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when it comes, how do we deal with people like that who just choose, you know, the whole rock bottom thing? How do you, because me, I'm a person that'll put myself at rock bottom because I need to strip all this off. I got too much going on. I need to eliminate this. I need to isolate myself for a minute. Shut it. You know, I need to go in hermit mode essentially. And
No, not ideally. It's okay when we hit rock bottom, right? We at the bottom. We can only look up.
yes.
We at the bottom. You can only look up.
Or is
So-
it that you need to recharge?
how
You
do you
just
recharge,
recharge yourself.
reset. I was about to get to that.
It's
I
not
was
that
about to
you're
get
at
to
rock
that.
bottom. You just depleted.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
depleted.
I was just about to ask.
That is
Yeah,
such a
you got
I was just about to ask
decompress.
that.
You got
Yes.
to decompress, right?
Yes.
You have to rewind. You got to reset, right?
Just step back for a second.
And then you have to reinvent yourself. So
Yes.
the process of reinventing yourself is like I'm at
I
the
know
bottom.
all
I
about
can
that
only
shit.
look
That's
up.
how I got straight to the bottom. I know all
Exactly.
about that
Yeah.
shit right there.
Yeah.
So when we
Being
looking
depleted.
up, we have to reach to the people that's gonna pull us up.
Okay.
A lot of times when we at the bottom, we only reach to the people that's at the bottom with us, that can't help us. Versus we have to humble ourselves, and we have to accept criticism and critique for the people that's gonna help us pull ourselves
That's like
up.
when you start a business and you expect your friends and family and media around
Ain't
you to
gonna
support you
happen.
to the point that you're going to get to your goal.
No,
Ain't
don't
gonna
You
happen.
have to depend on strangers, and you have to now. When you depend on them strangers, you have to
Accept.
raise your standards
Yep.
right to them. Standards. You have to be what they want. You know?
That's like me. I got a clothing line. I just started. You know what I'm
Case in
saying?
point.
And
Case in point.
most of the people that follow me is people that's not in my immediate circle. Not saying that my immediate circle don't do it,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I'm saying saying? Like you got them few that be
it's
like
more of a genuine
the family. We talking about family.
Because
Right.
the people that grew up with you, right? You just, you know what I'm saying, a man from down the block. Like, he ain't nobody special, you know what I'm saying? But the people that know you from maybe outside of the state on social media, they know your brand. They don't know you but your clothing line, right? So I'm supporting that as opposed to the people from your block. Like, oh, well, I'm just making him money. They count
Man, that's
Crabs
how
in the
niggas
bucket.
think.
You know what I'm
Crabs in
saying?
the bucket.
Like, people
That's how
tell me
niggas
all the
think.
time, right? When my price
I ain't gonna help him come up.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
y'all.
I was about to say, people
Yeah.
tell me, oh, man, you just trying to come up.
Hey y'all,
Duh.
You're goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't tell that shit to the liquor store nigga down the street.
Exactly.
Three times.
Y'all don't say that to Louis Vuitton.
You don't say that to Gucci and shit.
Y'all not going to
Man,
Balenciaga
go
saying that.
$300 for a T-shirt. God forbid, I charge $50 for a T-shirt. You're like, oh, why do they looking at the tag? Oh, this a Gildan? Well, I'm all this shit like that. Like, come on, man. Like,
And they don't even
Wait,
know.
Champ.
Hold on the point. Most of y'all t-shirts come from Gildan. It just don't got the
Facts.
tag on it.
that's the reason why
They
I
don't
threw
even
that
know
in
they
there.
just
They
got the
got
tag on it.
They was one of the first.
Man, they the biggest distributors of t-shirts,
Big fact.
hoodies, socks, drawers, the whole nine. When
Other companies buy
fashion
their shit
companies,
from Gildan and put they
they
tag
put their
that.
because they gonna sell it with no tag.
and then tax it.
So I want to acknowledge some of our viewers, just a few of them. I want to acknowledge T-Boz.
Hey,
You always with
T-Boz.
us. Hey,
What's up, what up,
T-Boz.
what up?
Always
What up, what up?
supporting. Much
Hey,
love.
where y'all
I
to
want
them?
to say hi to Jennifer. Where
That's
you
one
at?
city.
That's my
City and
sister
state they
right
tuning
there.
in
Good
from.
looking, my lady.
Can you let us know what city and state you tuning in from, even if it's in Michigan?
Everybody that's tuned
I want to say hey to Ray O'Shea. Yeah, keep it
Ray
moving.
O'Shea,
Yeah.
man, been partying since the 90s.
Right.
OG,
Indeed.
triple OG.
Since Ray
Ray
O'Shea, you so east side.
Man, we on the
He be
east
having
side.
same
East side
lit.
at the Boom Boom Room on 9 Mile and Grass shit.
No,
Yeah,
since
we
Rados.
fuck with
What
Ray
are you
O'Shea.
talking
Yeah,
about? We
well,
talking about Harper and them. Harper.
Oh yeah, Harper and Van Dyke. Now that's
You was at
throwback.
Rados?
Yes,
Tell your
every
age.
Sunday.
Tell your age.
Absolutely.
He fucks with you, Ray.
So I think Osa has some more notes.
Yeah.
Did we
Oh,
have anything we haven't covered?
well-
'Cause we had such a conversation. We probably covered all the notes.
Well, I had wanted to ask, pose the question. How often do you self-reflect?
Every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, however many
As-
times I need to.
and
be
every-
perfect for that day.
Before I do anything, I gotta reflect.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I'm a chess player. I gotta think about
big
all
facts.
the possible
On every
outcomes
angle.
and shit.
Every day I get up, I sit on the edge of the bed for a minute and be like,
What shit that went on
As
your
soon as you wake
mind
up-
at night, you done slept
Okay.
on it, now you about to
God,
revisit
Well,
it. Like, man,
that's the
I'm about to
perfect
go on
time
my
though to
day.
meditate and sit with
Yeah.
yourself. To have that self-introspection. Yes.
But you know, my first question is like, man, where am I keep on fucking up?
When you
Because
wake
I
up in
want
the
to
morning,
wake
that's
up,
what you
yeah,
think?
because I want to wake up in paradise. Why the fuck I'm not waking up in paradise? Because yesterday I done
I'm supposed
fucked
to be
up.
rich.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to be rich.
Yeah.
Why I'm not rich
Hey,
right
what's
now?
going on
I'm
wrong?
sitting
Like,
outside of that bed.
Man, today I gotta come up with solutions, man, to get rich.
I ain't gonna
You know
get
what I'm saying?
preachy on it, but we all as especially our color. You know what I'm saying? We kings and queens. We was talking about that earlier.
Absolutely, yeah.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
I feel like it's your whatever you put out, your energy. If you got low energy, you need to pull in energy.
You gotta
and
pull
put out
in, you
energy
gotta-
because you can tell
Transmute it.
the universe what you
Yeah.
about to do. And it's gonna
Absolutely.
happen.
Absolutely.
You know?
We gotta elevate our frequencies.
Big
And we have
facts.
to get in touch with our ancestors. Because our ancestors be talking to us.
A lot
But
of
we
people
be
ignore
ignoring
it.
it.
A
They
lot
ignore
of
it.
people ignore
Meditation
it.
is
Yeah.
part of self-awareness. It's just
Absolutely.
getting
Man,
quiet.
meditation.
You
know,
gotta
it's
sit
just getting
with
quiet.
yourself.
It's not so much as
Man.
chanting or anything. It's just getting
Yeah.
quiet for
Meditation,
a minute. No TV, no phone. You just
Yeah,
sit there.
you create your own
for 15
meditation.
minutes.
Because people like, you got to get in meditation and just be quiet.
No.
I nod off and go to sleep.
Yeah.
But
That's
versus,
That's the
I
biggest
learned to talk to
misconception
myself
about
for
meditation.
meditation. Huh?
Can I ask
That's
y'all
the
something?
biggest misconception
Yeah.
about meditation.
What's the difference between meditation, manifestation, and prayer?
It's all the same to me.
They different.
Well,
it's like
It's
apples
medi-
and oranges.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
apples and
different.
oranges. Because like prayer, you know
Wow.
what I'm saying? You praying with hope. You praying with faith. You know what I'm saying? When you
Different
manifest
emotions.
something, you stepping on business.
And
like,
knowing.
it's about to happen.
But
You feel me?
manifestation.
And meditation is bringing
It's
all
mindfulness.
the energy
It's
to you.
different
Also,
spirits.
when
It's
you
different
Yeah.
when
spirits.
you talking
I just
yourself,
wanted to
when
hear
you
y'all-
talking
I would
to
say it would be
yeah,
different
when
spirits.
you talking to yourself in manifestation, it is dealing with hope. Because I'm talking to myself, I'm trying to manifest what I'm thinking
Like
about, and that
affirmations.
comes with hope.
Yeah,
You know,
gotta have hope with
when
it.
we sitting there talking about prayer, we're talking to our higher intelligence or a higher being, or whoever that you represent as your God,
Quotations.
is I got hope that the higher power is listening to me is going to deliver.
Yeah.
So it all has to deal with hope, and it all has to deal with faith, manifestation, prayer, meditation. All has to do with faith. That we're actually talking
Well,
to
we
us.
talking
A
about
lot of times
self-reflection.
with prayer, though, it's a lot of we hold the energy of our doubts in there too, because we don't have a full knowing.
And a lot of people
So
don't know
then
how
the
to pray.
manifestation doesn't happen because you're asking for something but doubting it at the same time.
Yeah.
Bingo.
So you're going to get that exact result, that
Bingo.
confusion.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't
constantly.
know how to pray either.
Ooh, that's
A lot of people,
that's
you know,
But-
Oh, you're
but
manifesting
then
confusion.
it comes down
That's
to the
good.
confidence,
That's a
the
heavy
confidence in yourself.
I had an
Yeah.
old head tell me whenever you finish a prayer, tell God, give me what I asked for or give me better.
Church.
When you end a prayer like that,
Church.
it put it in the atmosphere that you're going to get better or what you asked for.
As I got older spiritually, I got more thankful than asking, because He
That's-
done gave
you
me
got to.
everything on this
You got
earth
to.
to get what I need and what I want and what I desire. You know what I'm saying? I have to tunnel that to get that, because He already put it in front of me.
Yeah.
If He would sit there and start giving me stuff, we'd be all robots. You know what I'm saying? There will be no good experience of achieving stuff if He just gave it to us.
That hard work.
God ain't no vending machine, right?
Yeah.
You just walk up to him,
Yeah.
put a
I
coin,
know
request
put a
in.
motherfucking tithe in.
But
Two
It's,
buttons.
it's only three things I ask for the higher power: courage, knowledge, and wisdom. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I
right.
ask
That's
for.
all I
That's
need.
it.
That's
I
all
got
I
the
need.
rest. I got
That's
the rest.
all
If
I
you
need.
just give me those three things, I got the rest, because everything else you already provided for us on this earth.
Yes. I'm happy you spoke on gratitude, because gratitude definitely opens
Man,
the door for
man.
abundance.
Man,
Like when you
gives you
grateful,
butterflies.
it's such a high vibration.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
open the door to receive
Yeah,
constantly.
Yeah.
Like
My
you-
mama taught me that. My
Yeah.
mama taught me that. You
And
gotta
I
praise
find
and
that
give thanks.
people that are ungrateful are oftentimes
Oh
not
goodness.
self-aware as well, because
Say
they
that
don't-
again?
the people who are ungrateful are oftentimes unself-aware, because
Yeah.
they don't recognize the good in them, so they don't recognize the good in
And they
anything.
keep manifesting the
Somebody
same
telling them about
Recognize
themselves.
the good in
No
Yeah.
change.
Man.
Like
Yeah.
no
Man.
change.
They need to bump into a nigga like me.
And then
Like,
on,
some
on the opposite side of that, right? Have you ever manifested something that you knew in your spirit that you was gonna get it, and then when you got it, you felt in your spirit the confirmation of I knew I was gonna.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. You gotta
Yes.
know, like,
Absolutely.
And then it was
especially at this
motivating you
point.
to like manifest some more shit out of it. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
And
But you
From
wanna know what's
my
crazy?
personal experience, it's some things that I manifested and got and still fucked it up.
Man,
Yeah.
I think everybody
Still
has.
fucked
It's
it up.
almost
But wait a
Like,
minute,
I wanted this
it
so
ain't even
much
necessarily gotta be
and
you.
promised myself I was going to do this and do that, and still fucked up because it was on temptation. Once I got it, I went left and not right.
Or
That's
you spoke the
great.
shit in the universe that you had something too soon and shit. You knew, like you could smell it, taste it. You said some shit, and then the shit was like, and it just vanished and shit.
And I want to just, because we're talking about self-awareness tonight, right? Let's
Yeah.
reiterate that. And I also has a note on here, and it says part of self-awareness is accepting your failures.
Man,
Accepting your failures. We're not talking
Got
about
to.
ideas of failure, like I could have did this better. I'm talking about actual failures. You lost money, you lost something, you messed up your relationship, you really fucking done something. Right? Like you
Yeah.
failed. You started this and
Man.
they make no money. Like you failed. And how do you accept those failures in terms of self-awareness? Because we always striving to do better than we did. So how do you accept failures?
By starting by
See
not
the-
accepting it as a failure.
I'm about to say, see the lesson in
I
it.
don't take
We
losses. I
Exactly.
learn
Right.
lessons.
Yep.
Well,
Same route.
I don't know what a loss
But some
is.
people can't actually do that though. They're so
They blame-
critical or
Definitely
judgmental on
Definitely
themselves.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
blame,
depending
blame,
on what it is.
project. It's somebody else's fault.
It's always somebody
It
else's
happened in
fault.
other
That points out somebody who
circumstances.
isn't
But
self-aware.
you got to think about it too. What come with failure, or somebody speaking the word failure out their mouth, they already accepted that they down.
They gave up.
They gave
They,
gave
like I
up.
said, they're not
Even if you
self-aware.
try- Yeah, if you try, you gonna put your best foot forward, even if it didn't work. Hey, you know what? I tried my best.
I tried.
It is what
Yeah.
it is. And
That's-
keep
And
moving
then
forward.
guess what?
important.
Maybe that's not a failure just because you didn't
It's
get the
a lesson.
results that
Don't
you
mean
did.
it's a
lesson,
failure.
Right? Because we learn way more from our failures than we do our successes, right? How many times do we fuck? Well, I won't say fuck up, but we can. But how many times you fuck up before you get to the point that you succeed at whatever it is that you're trying to do?
That's our
Sure.
biggest
So
teacher.
you got to
for
be
sure.
self-aware though to
Yeah.
even see the fuck ups repetitively
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
Because
there
some people
you go.
just keep fucking up and
That
keep
goes-
hitting their head,
that
and
goes
like
to
they
blame
don't,
everywhere.
and they
Yeah.
blame everybody
Everybody.
outside
I
of
say that
them.
goes back
Yeah.
to you being honest, right? You hitting your head on the wall like boom, boom. You're not honest with yourself. You think it's open.
See,
window
there go
and
the
shit,
least
right?
they should have had that
Yeah.
friend like me to let you know, hey, something ain't right with you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you
like
know what
you
it
don't,
is.
you
Like,
don't
I
see you
ain't
keep repeating the
perfect, but
same,
yeah, you not right, my
Now,
dog.
now what is that?
and you
everybody?
complaining about it, but you keep doing the
No,
same
insanity.
Like,
thing
come on.
over
Insanity.
and
You know
over
what I'm saying?
again.
Expecting the same, doing the same shit, and expecting
Expecting the
different
same.
results.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's a
That's insanity,
it's
right?
a-
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I
That
said.
shit
I thought
insane.
everybody was gonna sing it together with me. I thought it was, but yeah, that's what it is. You know what I mean? We all know that.
Yeah. Ooh.
When it comes down to accountability, right? It's actually telling yourself, you know, you fucked up, don't you?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know you done fucked up. Because you can put all the blame everywhere, right? Whoever you put the blame. So if I'm standing right here, I put the blame on you, this and that.
Because you in close
I'm the
proximity.
common denominator.
yes.
So how is everybody
Yeah.
is to blame,
Everybody else
right?
fucked up.
but I'm not to blame,
Like,
and I'm the
you
common
get guys
denominator.
Yeah,
like-
but
You know
it's
what
your
I'm saying?
situation.
Fucked
It's
up,
my
that ex
situation.
was
Yeah.
fucked up,
That's,
Yeah.
what,
that
listen,
ex
that's
was
what I
fucked
think
up.
when I
It's
hear
like,
women say,
no.
or even men say, all women ain't shit.
Man.
Everybody you encounter ain't shit, so the common
Right.
denominator is you.
Man,
Yeah, because you're attracting that energy for a reason.
What choices
What
that
is
you
it here to
made?
teach you?
This is my
What is it
whole
here to teach you?
philosophy of reality. Reality is based on the decisions that you made.
Exactly.
That's
Re-
real.
the decisions that you make dictates your reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Despite anything going on in the world, this and that, if I want to change the world, it starts with me first. You know what I'm saying? It starts with my attributes. It starts with my personality. It starts with my thinking. You know what I'm saying? It starts with my
Your mindset.
belief system.
Yeah.
My unhealthy belief system and my healthy belief systems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the tools that I have to know the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's be the problem with a lot of people. They don't know the difference between their healthy belief systems and their non-healthy belief
Right,
systems.
and then they so attached to them.
Man.
And I
real.
find that
Yeah.
And we have the power to make a choice. Like you
Absolutely.
don't
We
have
wake
to
up
do
with a
that
choice. We wake up with choices and
Choices.
chances every morning.
every day.
It's choices and chances.
Yes.
Chances based on your faith. I'm taking a chance on my faith. How strongly do you believe in your faith? And that's all what it boils down to. How strongly do you believe in your faith? That when I make this decision, I'm going to get these results.
And I so
We was just talking about
We
that
was just talking
earlier.
appreciate that.
I just told you, nigga, go with your
Alignment.
gut. If you feel that
Go
in
so
your
good.
stuff, go, bro. Your
When
your
you got-
gut
yeah,
everywhere.
right.
I'm sure your
That's
gut
that
talk can
wisdom.
louder than your
Gut
mind.
everything
For
you
sure.
want.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
chakra is
We-
that in the good area?
We all talk about gut, right?
The sacral or the solar plexus usually is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
had that
Gut,
guidance
I'm
and that
telling you,
willpower.
That gut.
Another word for gut is
That gut.
intuition, right?
Intuition. We just
You had
That's self-awareness.
Hey, look,
I better not go
we
some
had
bullshit
just
on
saying.
that.
we had intuition before we was able to speak. If you look at little kids, they already have intuitions. Their minds
Oh,
already
my
moving.
goodness.
You
It's so
ever look at a
beautiful.
child that can't even speak? Why are you smiling? Why are you frowning? Why are you crying? You know, why are you being attached to this adult versus this adult, and you don't even have no communication skills because it's their intuitions.
Instinct.
Because it's already
Natural.
programmed in us, in our DNA to react to this body language and this body language, to this voice turn, because we got five senses. So God programmed us with these five senses to be able to evolve. And you look at them kids when they toddlers, their mind is a sponge.
Yeah.
And you sit there and see there's some things they attract to and some things they don't. And that's part of their development. You know what I'm saying? So you encourage their development because ideal, you don't know what God put them on this purpose for to be. So you guide them and you encourage them to be them. Not to be you, because you know you all in here like, oh, I want my son to be like me. I want my No, that ain't what God
You
said.
should want to be better.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's why I was like, you know, I don't have no son, but if I had a son, I'll never name my son after me.
Hell no.
I want you to be better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I
that's
want
part-
your name.
That's part of just like without being self-aware, because we talk about generational curses and things like that, you know.
Yeah.
So if you never take the time to really become self-aware of who you are and what you all about, your true beliefs, your true values, why you have those beliefs and values, you just pass bullshit down to your kids. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You pass that same
Regurgitate.
Yeah.
and you
Yes.
you be like, oh, they act, you know, I met, you know, they act like they they family essentially, like the whole family act like that, or their whole household act like that,
Yeah.
because somebody didn't check themselves and then pass down these negative traits. And it's so common when you meet people and then you meet their parents, you know, they paranoid, you meet their parent, they paranoid too.
Right.
You know, like, and they call it paranoid, but they got anxiety. Then you meet their parent, got anxiety too. Where y'all been? Where y'all going? Where y'all coming at? What you doing? You know, it's like with them, your parents is like you. You know, like, this where you got that from?
The apple don't fall from the tree.
Yes.
And then people get into a way of belief like this is the way it is, but that's
No,
not
that's not.
normal.
That's
This
not
is, and that's why you have to be self-aware. And I can't say where you take. I guess you have to depend on other people essentially, because you have to depend on somebody outside your realm to say, babe, that's not normal.
Right.
You know, like
I always ask, like, who
relationships
told you that
and
shit?
think
Who
that
told you that was
bullshit is
okay?
normal.
Yeah.
You know, because
Where
that's
did you
all
get
they
that
know.
from? Because then you will learn a lot about a person when you find out where they got how to be from.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, now I get why you acting like the victim.
But see, a lot of times it's the ego too. You know, because it's
It
dealing
ain't gonna
with
let you be
you
self-aware.
know
It's like, you good, you
And it's a
straight.
healthy ego
You
and
the
an
shit.
unhealthy ego.
yeah. So the unhealthy ego is what I'm speaking
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, right.
Because again, we develop that ego to protect ourselves, you know, out of certain situations or certain traumas. So a lot of times people develop this mask or this facade.
Yeah.
Not even it
Yeah.
didn't even come from nowhere. It's just what they built to make themselves feel good and to not feel that low.
Yeah.
So now this representative is
Defense
constantly showing
mechanisms.
up. This representative is toxic as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like
Fucking everybody over.
not aware of self.
That's the name of they-
projecting on everybody else.
That's the name of their podcast.
Oh,
Toxicity.
I get called conceited. And when I say stuff like that, I get called. We get called conceited. We
Yeah.
y'all
No,
think
shine
about
that
y'all.
Yeah.
Shine that light
Man,
That's like I got the nickname.
right into the darkness.
For real.
Okay.
I got the nickname Mr. Toxic, but
Yeah.
I
Oh.
flipped it around. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because at the end of the day, we got to start turning a negative into a positive.
Right.
If
Yes.
you don't know how to do it, you got to
Transmute it.
understand the word that they saying to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just like I got like what you were saying. People can have a judgment on you, but the only time it manifests and stay within you and you become not you is when you believe what everybody else is saying about
Yeah.
you, because you don't even know you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what she was saying earlier. So it just people need to get their minds together, man. This is a mental state of
What is your positive flip on toxic though?
And
Because
this,
my-
that's
That is
gonna be the money.
interesting.
Because my thing,
This
my
gonna be the
thing,
money right here. That's why I be
my
listening
thing
to
was
them.
my thing
That's
was
why I
this,
be
right?
listening to them.
My thing was
Yeah.
this, like, you know, while we're in this day and age where everybody claims toxic as it like it's a good thing, right? And then if you look at the people that claim that, right? If my definition of toxic, basically making a long story short, is the worst kind of trash, right? The trash that's so bad that it has to be
It hurts
contained
other
in a
people.
special place and disposed of in a special way so it don't spread and contaminate other shit, right?
right.
Yeah, they put the flip on.
So what is the
Yeah, they put the flip
positive
on.
what is the positive
Yeah.
spin on toxicity or toxic that y'all got?
Yeah, they put
Well,
the
to
flip
me,
on.
I spell it TOXSIKK. And the reason why I spell it like that and I changed it up is because apples and oranges is fruits, but guess what? They taste different. They do different things. So when you just said what you said, a toxic person or toxicity is normally a negative trait, right? Well, guess what? Love is too, but we do that. Faith is too, but we do that. So you know what I'm saying? So it's
What you're saying is it depends on where it's applied.
it's how you apply it, how you present it. See, me, I'm toxic because I'm gonna tell you the truth, regardless of whether you want to admit it, want to hear it,
That's
you want to
toxic.
take it with you. That is toxic.
How people accept it.
justify
Yeah, they
what
accept
you
it.
do.
They accept
But this
it.
the thing
Yeah.
though. This the thing though. One thing about me is I'm more so toxic, and where females say I'm toxic because I done figured out the master plan. The master plan is just shut the fuck up and listen. Excuse me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Yeah.
If you just shut up and listen,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
if
Oh,
you
boy.
talking to somebody, you talking to a man,
He
right? And you
talking.
tell
Yeah.
him what you expecting, what you want from him. He listen to you. He take that in and go, well, damn, I can still get what I want by using what she said. How that's
Bingo.
toxic.
That's
Powerball.
right.
That's
toxic.
Manipulation,
Yes.
of course.
No,
It's
that's
not
not-
manipulation. No.
It's fair exchange, no
It's
robbery.
not.
It's fair exchange, no
I don't want to
robbery.
get off topic. I don't want to get off topic, but that's
I know.
something.
It's not manipulation.
It's
It's
not
not manipulation for the
manipulation.
simple
Yeah.
fact of you getting what you want, I'm getting what I want.
That's
fair
transactional
exchange.
as fuck, but
Yeah,
okay.
that's winning.
Fair exchange, right? We both winning.
That's
How you gonna be mad if we both
We
win?
both winning.
Right,
You know?
right.
It's transactional.
So you gonna
Toxic.
See, a lot of women feel
That's-
like
that's
they
why
don't want it to
it's
be an equal exchange. I
No,
want to be.
no,
I want to win.
that is not
I
fair.
want more
No,
than
no,
you.
no.
Like for
Women
us to get
don't-
something equal,
Time out.
it's not right.
You lying, Mark. That's a straight up lie. 'Cause women don't think like that.
so
We are not
with-
competitive. Number one, so we not.
Y'all not?
What?
We not competing with
Y'all
our.
are competitive.
So let me ask you
I
this.
don't know. That's
That's a
not.
lie.
That's not.
Women
I don't have
women are
friends.
more competitive than
That is
men.
not
Listen.
For sure.
scientifically.
I don't have
a
stud friends because they always
characteristic
compete
of a
with me.
woman.
I have one,
Scientific.
two stud best friends. I do not. I can't name more than
You
five.
said women
fucking
don't
studs.
compete with each other.
Yeah.
One
No,
woman in a
No,
room.
right.
we compete with
There's
each
always
other.
a
We don't
female
compete with our
in
mate in
competition
our
with me.
relationship.
Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do.
But that's
bullshit.
toxic.
Some
And
women
so that I
do.
can see
Maybe
why
you
your
don't.
transactional,
You said what?
transactional
Toxic.
situation works.
Yeah.
No,
That is
that's in
toxic.
any situation because everything is a transaction.
Everything
If
is
you
transaction.
give, yes, it is.
Everything is
let
a
me
give
tell
and
you something.
return.
Let me tell you something. So wait a minute. So
Everything
if
is a
that's
give
the
Some
and
case,
women
return.
don't
hold on,
compete
wait,
with their
wait,
man
hold
and
on.
they get mad because he don't
If you-
compete back.
No.
Man, Boogie.
No.
Look, say that shit, man. I want him to
You already
finish.
know.
No.
Man,
So
what?
listen, let me ask you this. You get in a relationship with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ask him for love. You want him to provide. You want him to trust. You want him to love you unconditionally, right?
I'm a different
Oh,
kind of woman,
no.
so you
I'm
don't
asking
know
a
that.
question. You got to answer
He's
the
saying in
question now.
general. He maybe he's
In
saying in
general.
general.
No. None of that.
You don't want a
shit.
man to do all that?
No. I don't need a man to do none of that.
No, we didn't ask what you need.
We not asking that.
I don't
Okay, so let me.
even want
Okay,
If he
to
came in your life and didn't do none of
I
that,
don't
you wouldn't
even
have him.
want
Hold
him
on.
to
What's-
do that.
So what do you want a man
What's
to
one
do
thing
for
that
you?
you like?
What do you
I-
want?
What do you
I-
want?
I-
Hold on. What do you want a man to do for you?
Just name one thing
One thing,
that you want a man to do for you.
be peaceful.
Shoot up.
Okay, so wait.
Be non-aggressive.
Non-aggressive, peaceful, right? So let me ask you this. That's something that you're asking and requiring from a man, right?
It's simple, yeah.
So if the man,
Provide,
hold on,
protect,
if the man,
all that. No, I don't want you to even
If the man
assume
say-
that position in my life.
if the man say he want peace and he want understanding, that's
Okay.
not a transaction because you
Well-
have to give to receive, right?
Well, in my perfect world, and I'm not saying my world is perfect. In my perfect world, we're gonna have.
Mine is. I'm gonna make it perfect.
That's
It worked
cool.
for me.
That's why they think we
Yeah.
conceited now.
And that's okay. And so for me, I'd like to find somebody with mutual goals and mutual aspirations and mutual
So y'all can
desires.
exchange.
But all I'm
So
saying,
we
Queen,
are-
is y'all
we
still
are both
exchanging.
doing
So you're
us.
exchanging. That's another definition
It's
of
not
transaction.
exchange.
That's
All
still
I'm
a
saying, Queen,
transaction.
I'm not exchanging anything. I'm just living my life how I would.
That
be
is
living my
exchange.
life.
You giving
So-
and that person giving.
I'm giving anyway.
Right. And they
but
giving
You just-
anyway.
you just
Is the man
included into
giving?
my
I mean,
giving.
even
I'm
the
already giving to my
conversation is
friends. I'm already giving to
transactional.
You
my
feel
family.
me? You know what I'm saying?
Give it-
Everything we're doing right now
It's just transactional right now.
This is not an intimate relationship. I'm not giving.
No,
nobody
it don't
no
matter.
It's a
Everything-
transaction.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you
When it
this.
comes to this not unconditional. You got to do all that to get this.
You gotta
This
work.
is
You
not
go to job. You
transactional.
got a job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you go to job to work, right?
I work.
Hold on,
I'm not working in
no.
no relationship. That's my point.
Let me ask you a
I can do
question.
without.
Answer the question.
I don't need a second job.
Let me answer the question. You have a
What is
job, right?
Yes.
Okay, you go to work, right?
Yes.
You expect what, right?
I sell my labor at my job.
You expect what,
I
right?
expect a paycheck, cash
Okay,
dollars.
so is that not an exchange? Because
I
you're
just-
going
that's
to
not
work.
my-
It's a
that's not my
transaction.
intimate
So look,
relationship.
this leads me
It
to
don't-
the
that's
next.
a life.
Because part of self-awareness
Champ
is
loving
knowing,
this.
yeah, champ is, and I'm handling my business just the same because I don't want none of that shit y'all talking. No transactional relationship. And
That's
you
still
do
a
this and I do
transaction.
that.
So you-
So look, this leads me
No.
to the next
I
question
don't do
because I don't want to stay on this too
anything.
much and go too far off topic.
She don't like the gender shit.
Yeah, I don't like gender words, y'all. I'm not.
Me neither. That's my.
It's just
It's burnt out.
But-
I mean,
but-
if we
it's
could talk
still-
with awareness,
but
but
we
most
don't-
of the time we trying to battle and say,
Shit comes
you
Right,
know,
advice
right.
all
I
the
don't
time.
like-
Instead of misunderstanding
Some people take it as an argument and not a
Yeah.
debate.
yeah, they get
It's
It's different
defensive.
things.
I don't
I don't like
Exactly.
to argue.
It's
with
Exactly.
a
I
discussion.
don't
like the
yeah.
defensiveness. If you can be
I
open and
Everybody
listen,
start
you know what?
listening.
Maybe you might be right. You know what? I don't agree with that, but I'm gonna sit on that.
But what you
I'ma
just
sit on
said,
that.
what you just said, it's a discussion. And
Yeah.
the discussion is to listen and to teach, right?
Yeah.
Are you willing to
Share
learn?
information.
Are you willing to learn?
Yes.
Sharing information
So-
is willing to
Sharing
learn.
That's my
information,
next-
So
our
that's the
goal.
discussion.
That's the next
That's
segue
our
for
goal.
self awareness.
Yeah.
So the next thing was, do you ask for feedback or
Yeah,
asking for
man,
feedback?
I love feedback.
Yes.
You know,
Because I'm so blinded to so many things about myself.
Yes.
I need that feedback.
and people
I can sit there,
outside
look
of
at my
you.
mirror and talk to myself all day and still be missing shit until somebody even
Else
sit there and
is,
said something. Like, man,
Yeah, I
That
just
shit
had a moment. I
on.
just had a moment like that today.
Yeah. Yep.
Today.
It
Yeah.
gotta happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
a lot
love
of
hearing
times
feedback.
people outside of us will see the things about ourselves that we don't see. They be like, you know,
Absolutely.
you just made that face, or you just
Yeah.
frowned your face up. Oh, I did. Like I didn't even know I did. Or why did you answer in this tone? Like you was a little aggressive. Oh, I didn't even know I was. Like let me check myself. You know, like I think we should be open to
Yes.
that criticism from people. And that was one of the keys for me walking into my awareness and my spiritual path. Like I literally hit like a dark moment. You know, where like she said, a rock bottom. Pretty much like when that seed get planted in the ground, and you have to break that open to grow. You know what I'm saying? So I sat down and I asked all the people closest to me. You know, like tell me, like how do you see me? Like explain what you see with me. And I had people that were brutally honest and told me, you know what, you don't value yourself enough. You know, or you choose the wrong partners, or you're a beautiful person and you help motivate a lot of people or inspire people. Like
They
it helped me
speaking on your
to.
decision
shit,
making.
man,
What do you do
see
when the people
myself.
around you lying to you?
Ooh.
Well, you have to be honest with yourself even in those moments.
What was the point of me coming to you if you was gonna lie to me?
But like I said, some people delight in your delusion, and it's like, oh, they
That's
actually,
definitely feeding a
Yeah.
delusion.
And that's
Right.
not. That's
But you
not-
gotta
That's messed
trust
up.
the close people to you to really tell you the truth. Like your
Well, they
discernment
shouldn't
gonna
choose
tell
them
you
be the
what.
ones.
Like, or
Yo, people that
Them be
people
the
that
how
ones.
do
is
you trust
genuine.
yourself to put the right people around you? This
Yeah.
You have
morning?
to have the right people
I
around
mean, but
you.
we think everybody around us is the right person
No, I
until we
don't.
find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Until you find out.
Yeah.
They
But
had
see,
to do
but-
something to make
Yeah.
you change your mind.
Yeah,
So
you're right,
everybody
you're right,
think
yeah.
everybody's
Those be
the
those
perfect person
seasonal
until
people,
you.
not
like
active
the reason
seasonal
she said
people.
the
Seasonal people. Yeah.
I wouldn't ask a seasonal person.
But
that.
how do you know somebody is
Right.
seasonal until they show
Well,
you
my
they
best
seasonal?
friend,
Because they've been here for
if we've been
more
for
than
many,
one
party
season.
friends.
We've been for
I know you
seasons.
from 9 to
They've
2.
been here longer than a
Versus, do I
season.
know you
You've
sober?
seen
I
many
don't open
seasons.
up.
You
I know
don't
you
open up
sober.
to
We
somebody
had a
you just met
conversation
2 weeks
when we
ago.
sober.
Yeah.
Oh, we smoke blunts, we drink this and that. That's a whole different conversation when we
Yeah, it is
sober.
the kind of-
So when you sober, then I get the genuine you.
Yeah.
And I
And I
think
mess with nothing but real
self-awareness-
people, so I appreciate their opinions.
Right.
Like I know if you real, I'm gonna fuck with you and I'm gonna ask you about me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna ask somebody that's not even aware of themselves.
I'm gonna
If you
just-
can't see yourself, you definitely can't see me.
Man.
I want to
Man.
You cannot expect somebody who don't see themselves to see you.
Say that shit.
I can't. If you don't love yourself, you can't love me.
That's so
At all.
And that's a lesson I'm learning right now. Like if you don't love
That's kind of what I was
yourself,
gonna say earlier. Don't expect the world to treat you better than you treat
treat
yourself.
yourself.
yeah.
And to your question, how do you know like somebody is genuine or sincere with their feedback?
Talk to your mic, too.
I feel like that's part of your own self-awareness as well, because who do you have around you and why did you pick them and how did you pick them? You know, like, is this you have to assess, am I trauma bond to this person? Is this real love I'm having? What kind of relationships have I built for myself?
I mean,
and then based on that self-wisdom, then you can determine whose feedback to really accept, because you got to know who the fuck around you, whether they know they self or not. Like, okay, I know they are a liar. You know, I don't know that's
Yeah, I
my
get you.
friend,
Yeah.
but they done been caught up in a couple lies, so that's my friend.
Yeah,
but I know they
You
lie.
lied to them. You lied to me.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
You
really
don't
gonna
find
ask
out
you for
who
no
somebody
feedback.
really is till they show you who they are.
And when they show you who they are, believe
They do. People do.
Yeah, they
People
don't.
do.
They don't.
Y'all think people just smack you in the face with
We
who they
make the
are
mistake.
because you're unaware of
don't.
yourself. You're not aware of
necessarily.
how
Listen,
you
what-
work it, how you walk it.
Sometimes we make the mistake of,
You get
of
flattered-
giving
you get
people
flattered,
the benefit of
all
the
kinds
doubt
of
too
stuff.
That part
early,
right
right?
there.
Yeah.
So that
Like,
means
we
I'm
haven't
not
we have-
aware.
Well,
I'm not aware of
yeah,
myself.
you are aware of the. Well, I won't say yourself in that situation all of the time, right? But yeah, you got to see people
No,
in their
I've
different
made
seasons,
friends
man.
where I
Sure,
haven't been
you got to.
self-aware.
Me and Tanisha
like,
were
you
building-
trust somebody.
Me and Tanisha were building before the show, and we were talking about how most people, you will see them doing the work and being aware and like getting to a certain point, and it's like once they get to that point of breakthrough, like they just let it go,
They think
you know.
they are-
And
they almost made
now
They at the summit,
everybody,
they don't need to evolve no
yeah,
more.
like
Mm-hmm.
they
Plateau.
fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they become a flatline. Now everybody the problem outside of them.
Yeah,
You know, and
exactly.
that,
Because
that's
a
Stacey
narcissist.
too vulnerable.
That's
That's
not
a
good.
narcissist
That's a
indeed.
Yeah.
That's a narcissist indeed.
If everybody were saying you crazy, you the only one think you saying, yeah, that's a narcissist.
You have flatline.
You
Like,
got
you
to
did all this and all
do
that.
some self-awareness.
But you didn't
So I want to read one of the comments. This is from Melissa.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
She says, for me, self-awareness is recognizing what inside of me makes me feel the way I feel in any situation or transaction. Like it's easy to blame my anger on another person, But in all reality, there's almost always some past trauma or event that causes my extreme reactions to present situations. I love this conversation.
Bingo.
Much love,
I'm
Melissa.
so
Thank
like
you.
that. I'm
Bingo.
working. Melissa, I'm working through that now because I am impulsive when I'm angry, right? And I know that about myself.
A lot of us are.
But at the same time, it's something that I want to change, but it's also one of
You
those
struggle.
things.
You ain't thinking
that-
about it.
I don't want to lose myself. Change it.
No. It's something I want to change, but it's something I don't think I need to change because I'm a
So
rather passive person.
I would agree with you 100%.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
it's just how we
It's some
express
things I
it.
want to
I'm
change,
typically a
but I
passive
don't
person,
feel
but so
comfortable
I
with that
don't
change.
So-
really have to push back until I have to push back. 'Cause
So I think it's
Like you do
needed.
it for a reason. It takes
You know,
it takes for somebody to
it's-
push you
Yeah.
to a
yeah,
point.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to lose that, but I know it's not. It's not. Really,
So it's
Well,
needed
sometimes
though. It's a boundary.
Sometimes it's the overreaction in that moment that needs to be toned down, not just the reaction
Yeah,
of it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because you got to teach people
Right.
how to treat you.
Yes, that's
So
the
that don't-
boundary
so
is
that
being
don't- So that
set.
don't mean not react
That's
when you
not
see
be
shit.
angry.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
you react
It's
though,
teaching
but
people how to treat
you don't have to react with full passion.
Yeah, that's what
You know,
I'm
you can
saying.
find a way
It's an
to
overreaction.
still
Facts.
affirm it, be assertive, like
Your
we was talking about
delivery.
last week. You know,
Yeah.
being assertive with it, but this is my boundary. No, we not gonna cross that. We not gonna do that right now.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
no, you gonna see yourself. That's not me. Stop projecting
Right.
onto me. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to get back and yell and like go crazy. And I can admit I be wrong at times too because
We are,
sometimes
yeah.
it be too much. It be hot. It be hot. Like take that shit back. Take that shit back.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Let me get
Like
my knife ready.
I ain't gonna lie. Ever since
like O.J. Simpson.
Like,
Not
okay,
like,
still
wait a minute,
there.
wait a minute,
Where
wait a
she
minute.
just go? Where did she go with that?
Go ahead, RJ.
the last 3 years, man, I had to realize too, and that's another thing. Like us as men, we act too impulsive sometimes.
Yeah.
And it comes off emotional. You know, Hard Work Jig made a song about emotional. People need to go look it up. But as a man, I'm not gonna allow nobody else to throw me outside my comfort zone. If I said now, I see you looking at me like that. I said now.
All right.
I said
Growth,
now.
huh?
I'm gonna give him that.
I said now because but at the end of the day, you don't know how to deal with your own shit until you look that shit up in the mirror. That's why when I say people call me toxic, I look myself in the mirror. You is a toxic motherfucker, but you know what? Let me figure out how I can make this shit sweet.
Twin brace.
Make it
already.
work.
Transmute that
work.
energy.
Yeah.
So another
That's
pointer was to choose your words wisely. So thinking before you speak.
I swear. I
You know, like
struggle with
knowing
that.
when
I
and
struggle
when
with
not.
that. That's my
That's
biggest
hard.
struggle.
Knowing when and
Especially
when
in the moment
not
that you
to
angry,
say something.
right? Like you get impulsive, like y'all just said,
Yeah.
right? So in the moment when you're angry, you want to say the first thing that's on your on your mind.
But
how
what
you
if you
feel
say
it.
the same thing you was gonna say, whether you stopped and thought about it or not? Because my
just
answer
ask.
never
Sometimes
changed.
you might not have to say
Or
nothing.
sometimes it's not
Silence is a
yourself.
killer.
Yeah.
At that time, you being
Or
assertive.
Silence is a. Oh, I love silence.
Yeah. Sometimes
That eat a
what you say is how
motherfucker
you say
up.
it as well.
Man. But can you accept silence?
I can accept silence.
Okay.
Yep, definitely. I love my silence.
I can't.
No.
I need people to be verbal with me.
I would prefer it. I prefer it, but if that person not meeting you there,
I'll be honest. Hey, look, I give out silence so easy. I make a person feel like they're invisible around me, right?
That be my
But
whole
I
thought.
don't
Yeah,
like it
now.
myself.
I would prefer
I
that.
don't like.
Now
I
I do.
need some verbiage. I
Yeah.
need a person to talk so we can get out. Because I'm so heavy on solutions and resolutions.
Solutions, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
you can't get that out of silence. But I
what if
give
the
it.
person isn't self-aware?
They don't have to be self-aware to get to a solution.
But when you love a
They,
person,
now
and you care
they
for
gonna
a
combat
person,
it though.
They
You
gonna
know,
definitely combat it. But
I mean,
then
I guess you gotta be ready for war. You know what I'm saying?
No.
yeah,
Now it's time to walk off.
Hey,
Now it's time to
Yeah,
walk
that's
off.
how I just talked about
It's time to
how
walk
you gotta-
off.
What Alonzo
Exactly
say?
though,
You
because
won't
too
even
much
listen to me.
passion.
Fuck it. I'm
Yeah, it's too
walking
much.
off.
You're not
It's
gonna
too
hear
much.
it. You know what I'm saying? I'm insulting my own intelligence by repeating
talk to a
myself.
brick wall.
You know what I'm saying? So let me just leave
That's
you in your
self-awareness.
delusion. You
That
know,
is
it's time to
self-awareness.
walk away.
And I think
Hey,
Cause you're not gonna get it. I'm sure I'm not the first person that told you
I
this.
struggle
But nobody
leaving
got on the
people in
first try, though.
delusion.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'll
But
try.
that's
But
part,
you
that's
gotta-
part of wisdom.
But
But
That's
you only
part
hit your
of
head so
Yeah.
many times.
That's true.
And then now you do Lulu too.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
right.
true. But you gotta think about it though. It's
You
like
the one
a,
getting
I don't want to be the
confused.
Lulu.
it's like a kid though. You gotta think about it. A kid touch a hot stove,
So,
burn his
yeah.
hand. He know not to touch it, but
Life
that don't
is a
mean that he's
teacher.
not gonna go touch it again.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But what
So,
about that
you gotta
kid
do
that
people
see
like
that it's red and won't touch it at all?
Them
They wired different.
Them is the great babies.
Wired different.
But I think this a part of self-awareness is realizing that the world does not revolve around you.
Absolutely.
Right. So a kid that touch a hot stove, they quickly understand. Whoa, the world don't revolve around me. This
I don't
shit is
control
hot.
this.
You know
I
what I mean?
can't
Like,
just do what I want.
I
wasn't
Right.
expecting that.
The word control.
That's why they say kids know who to try.
And then they become aware, like, oh,
Yeah.
hot. And so I think part of self-awareness is, recognizing those avenues that have where you hitting a brick wall, essentially. It's areas in everybody's life where you hitting a brick wall, but yet and still you think that something gonna change. Something gonna be different tomorrow or anything like that. You self-deluding
Right.
yourself.
The wall
at
is
that
not the
point.
problem. It's how do I get over the problem?
Yeah,
over
like-
the wall is the problem.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get over the
Over
wall.
this wall.
You measure
it's
10
like-
times and cut once, then cut 10
But
times. and
only
measure once.
self can do that though.
You
Man.
have to
And then we
recognize.
have
No
to
matter
go
how
to
much I
tools.
tell
All
somebody,
this
they
lead back
gotta
to self.
wanna.
Right, but they need the
see
tools
it.
for that.
Back to you.
And
They
I'll
need
give the
tools.
tools.
let me say,
I love giving the tools, but
Yeah.
everybody don't be receptive of the
They
tools,
don't- yeah.
especially when they
Yeah.
hold
Yeah.
it so tightly to that identity.
let me say
You
this
know?
about that in regards to the hitting a brick wall and dealing with somebody that's a brick wall. That's where you come in and you not being self-aware yourself. You being delusional, right? And you have to be aware enough to be like, I'm talking to a brick wall. Like,
Yeah.
and what I need to walk away, because sometimes you get so involved. It's like, oh, they just got, if they understand this and this gonna be different, whether it's a boss, somebody at work, a relationship, a child. It's like, if I can just tell them, if I can just explain, it's like, no, check yourself, because why do you feel the need to to change a person
Your
or not?
delivery could be
Can't
wrong,
accept
too.
this person as they are, essentially.
The
You
way you
can't,
put it.
you can't always change
you got
something.
people-
And move
Yeah,
accordingly.
this sound like me
That's,
with his ass.
Like this original.
I catch myself when he get into stuff with females, because it's like my reaction be way more than
Because with
his. It's like,
self-aware
no,
comes
you
acceptance.
not reacting enough for me.
You know, I don't react because at the end of the day, I got a best friend. So
That's a yin
Yeah.
and a yang right here. This a yin and a yang right
Yeah,
you
here.
heard me, you got to deal with her.
Twins. They are actually twins, everybody. So, yeah, it's just like you have to be aware of what you are pouring into, and you have to be self-aware to know that, because some people make goals just because they treated me like shit, and then when I make this goal, everybody gonna love me. That's so unself-aware, because what are your intentions? Because that's part of being self-aware,
Your
knowing
intentions.
why you are doing
Your motives.
But I
what
made
Your
myself
agenda.
self-aware, and it didn't change my reaction.
Yeah.
I knew I felt I was too far in. That didn't
Yeah.
stop me from reacting.
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah.
where
Somebody
you
like-
come
some
from,
people
it's
like
that. Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying,
not gonna
like,
stop me
nobody's
from doing what
perfect.
I was gonna do.
Yeah. So,
Well, another you want to
oh no, go to your next point.
Another point is having the ability to step back and to see yourself from a outer point of view.
bird's eye view.
So sometimes in those moments where that silence hit, it'd be me detaching from what's going on right now. Okay, let me
Separate myself
push
from
myself
myself,
back
for
and let me
sure.
see what's really
I feel
going
like I'm
on.
good
You
at
know,
You got to do that.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
needed.
Yeah.
That's needed.
Yeah.
and that helps you to be very aware.
Anything else is like selfish in regards to trying
Some-
to be
some
in any
people
kind of
cannot
relationship
do
with
that.
somebody, whether it's a business ship, friendship, whatever.
Yes.
You have to step outside
Any
yourself.
type of
and
That's what I'm
relations.
saying.
Yeah.
Some people are not aware how cold fucking dependent they are, right? Like, if you always got to be around somebody, you can't be by yourself. You don't want to self-reflect. You don't want to be alone. You can't stand silence.
I
All
love
this
being
kind
by
of
my
stuff.
damn self.
Man, what?
I
I
prefer
love
it,
it.
actually.
Some
of the most
I prefer it.
My books and my videos and my phone. That's all. My Google. Like, I'm good. Like,
Some
what's
people,
up?
some people need the confirmation and affirmation.
Validation. You won't
Yeah.
need a lot of
So we
validation
feel
when you
sometimes
become
sometimes
self-aware.
when they're asking you a question, or they're telling you a story, and they look at you and shit to see
For
your
sure,
reaction.
for
fam.
sure.
I hate
and
it.
I'm just
That
like,
validation.
And that's when the argument starts, because I'm never
points right
reacting
now.
how somebody
You need
wanted
good
me to
points
react.
right
Oh
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that makes
when
them big
arguments
mad.
Big facts.
They get big mad.
A little tip for people that want to learn how to do that. I had to do it, and she had to check me on it not too long ago. But start spending time with yourself.
Yes.
Turn the phone off, the TV off. the game, whatever you doing.
Sober.
Turn all that shit on.
Sober.
And talk to yourself.
But look, it don't. You
I
ain't
was
gotta
about to
be
get on that
sober.
next.
You don't have to be sober?
No, you don't have to. Because listen, I find
Are you
more
gonna
about
remember it?
myself when I smoke weed and have a conversation.
Or wine.
I just mean not drunk.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, yeah, that's
Drunk
crazy.
mind speak a sober mind.
You think?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna remember.
It helps
the next
those emotions to come to the surface. I said,
you gonna work everything out and you ain't gonna remember shit.
drinking helps your emotions to come to the surface. So then you can
Sure.
really, when you sit there in those quiet moments, and I want to get
'Cause it
on
comforts
meditation.
yourself.
Yeah.
But
Because
drinking turns up the
meditation is,
grandiosity.
It's big.
yeah, it's not, people, they look at it the wrong way. It's not about sitting in silence. It's about sitting there and being, introspective, you know,
Right,
seeing with
with
your
yourself,
mind, like
yeah.
letting your thoughts, like
Yeah.
giving them attention.
People
Because they
get
there for a
scared if they-
reason.
Give
People get
yourself-
scared with that
People are
meditation.
scared of their
yourself- when
mind
When you
and their
meditate
thoughts.
the proper way and you meditate and you get that pressure around that crown of that head, yeah, you most people go, oh no, I'm straight, and they open. They,
Yeah,
no,
they don't
you
want to
gotta
see
go
that.
through it. You gotta
Yeah.
see them
You gotta
demons.
know.
You have
gotta
to
face
go.
your demons.
You have to
know what I'm
face-
saying?
Thank you
gotta
for
know
speaking on the
what,
demons.
Facts.
So
You gotta make friends with them niggas.
You have
You
to
have
give
to.
yourself
Yeah,
something by
make
this
friends.
shit.
the more you ignore the demon, it's gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna
Yeah.
haunt you.
Big
That
facts.
demon
And people out
is
here are
growing.
haunted by their demons.
That demon, the demon's like, you ain't gonna recognize me. That's gonna make me keep on growing and
Yeah.
growing
For sure.
and growing and do my
For
thing.
sure.
So, and it's about time for us to wrap it up, y'all. This was such a great show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I do want to end with just giving, I guess, tips on what we can do to be more self-aware. But like you said, talking out loud to yourself.
That's part of
That's
it. That's
key.
One of the steps.
You know, like you got to ask yourself, why do I feel the way I feel, or what is going on right now? Like I do that a lot. Like what the fuck is going on? Like why? You know.
Yeah.
But
And-
your answer
and
will
actually-
come.
Actually, give yourself answers.
Yes,
Facts.
or even journaling. You know,
Yeah,
that way you can
journaling.
analyze
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
feel and why you feel the way you feel.
Because it helps you
And
remember.
journaling is
Yes.
so
Yeah.
difficult, and I thought
Yeah, it
about this
is.
in our in my preparation. Right, journaling is so difficult because you think like, oh, I don't need that. What good would it do? But it's one of those things that you don't know what good it would do until you do
try
it.
it.
It
Until
put,
you
it
do
put
it.
words to
Yeah.
your feelings.
And
It's
this
just
whole
one
time,
of
how
those
you
weird
know?
things. You just
Like,
gotta
somebody
do
is
it.
to their
Yeah,
own
you gotta put
reality.
words to what you
You just
feel, and
gotta
a lot
do
of
it.
times you don't know that you feel a certain type of way until
Because
you
we
write
only
it
see it
down.
on
Right,
paper. Because we only
yeah.
attach to
Yeah.
emotion.
And it's like, damn, this is how I feel. That's actually heavy, and I'm sitting here holding this in.
Yes.
Sure.
Like I'm
Yes.
holding all this in, and when I put it on paper, you know what? That is too much. Like,
Like,
let me
that's-
reevaluate. Let me
Yeah.
tweak some things. You know.
That's called soft in this generation.
It's called what?
called
Say it again. Say it
It's
out
so
It's
loud.
called soft.
It
Getting
ain't-
aware with yourself is called
Man,
soft.
what-
You
say-
don't-
Hey,
you don't-
no,
you
hold
don't
on.
see it as
Say it
soft.
again so the people in the back can hear it.
It's called soft. Getting aware with yourself.
Yeah, ain't nothing soft about
How dare
it.
you
That's
have
power.
ideas
It's
about
call me
yourself?
soft.
Listen, that's big God energy.
Yeah,
Okay.
God.
Yes.
Yes. God body.
Yeah,
So,
you say you're king or queen. You gotta step it up, right? You
Yeah.
gotta be aware of what you surrounding yourself with, because somebody in survival mode and can't help themselves. They can't help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything they say is gonna be for their own benefit. You have to pull yourself up, and then you can be, you know, like Champ said, you reach up and let somebody higher than you tell you something.
absolutely.
They don't just reject shit people say because you think they better kind of stuff.
No,
they in a whole
yeah,
better
for-
position.
for
You know
sure,
what I mean?
For sure.
Go ahead,
This
close it out.
this
Yeah.
concludes our
Yeah.
self-awareness talk. Thank you for all our viewers for tuning in. Please share our video and tune in with us next
you,
week,
everybody.
Thursday at 7 p.m.
Tap
This is
in.
Tapped In Talk signing
Hey,
out.
everybody.
Peace and love, everyone.
Good
Thank you to
night.
our guest again, too.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
Thank y'all for
RT and
Yeah.
RJ
Thank you for
and
having
T.
Hey, listen,
Thank
hey,
you
real
so
quick
much.
before we cut out, hey, I love y'all, man, because y'all.
Oh,
this
much
was real.
love.
This was real.
Yeah, this is real
Yeah,
love.
we
Appreciate
definitely
y'all.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Good night and good day.
See y'all.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.